everyone, it's Hannah and today I am doing a request video. It is a friendship bracelet. I was asked before Christmas to do it, but unfortunately Christmas happened and I went back to England, so I didn't have a chance to do it. So I'm doing it now, better late than never. It's for a frog friendship bracelet, which I think is super cute and not that difficult to make either. Just pay attention to the pattern. I found this pattern on friendship-bracelets.net, and as always the link will be found in this description box below should you need it. Yes. This friendship bracelet is perfect for beginners and you only need to know the 4 basic knots. I don't think there are any other knots actually in friendship bracelet making, so I should probably just get on with it. Let's just get on with this tutorial, shall we? So you're going to want to lay out your threads in this way: yellow, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, yellow, green, yellow, green, yellow, yellow. Pause it and make sure that yours all matches. Then we are going to start with that first yellow thread and tie a forwards knot over the next yellow thread. Then you're going to take the green and do a forwards backwards knot over that next yellow thread. Wonderful stuff. Then we are going to tie a backwards knot using one of the center yellow threads over the green just before it, and then tying a forwards knot using the other center yellow thread over the next green. We are then going to take that last green thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over the yellow thread that's just before it, and then finish the row with either a forwards or a backwards knot, knotting those 2 yellow threads together, having a party. Cool. Row 2. We are going to start by tying a backwards forwards knot using that 3rd thread, which is the green one, over the 2nd one, which is yellow. Then we are going to knot the 2 yellow threads together using any knot that you please. I'm doing a forwards knot here, and for some reason my knots kept switching. It's very irritating. Then we're going to knot the 2 green threads together and knot the 2 yellow threads together again. Then we're going to tie a forwards backwards knot using that next green thread over the 2nd to last yellow thread in the row. Then we're going to take the first 2 threads, which are yellow, and knot them together. Then we are taking the next green thread and tying a forwards backwards knot. Clearly I'm getting in a tangle here. Taking one of the center green threads, we are tying a backwards forwards knot over the previous yellow thread. And then take the other green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the next yellow thread. Then we're going to take the next green thread in the row and tie a backwards forwards knot over the previous yellow thread. And then we're knotting the 2 final yellow threads together in either a forwards or a backwards knot. Wonderful stuff. Now we are going to take the first green thread in the row and tie a backwards forwards knot over the yellow thread, and then we are knotting the 2 yellow threads together once I've separated my threads out. I'm such a professional, you don't even know. Then we're going to knot together the 2 center green threads, and once again my knots keep slipping. I think it's this thread. I'm going to blame the thread because I don't have a problem usually, so blame the thread. Then we're going to knot those 2 yellow threads together and then do a forwards backwards knot using that green thread over the 2nd to last yellow thread in the row. Wonderful stuff. If you find that your knots slip, just give it a tug and it will straighten, and you can straighten it out. We're going to knot the 2 first yellow threads together in a row and then a forwards knot using the green over the next yellow thread. Then we are tying a backwards forwards knot using one of the center green threads over the yellow thread just before it, and then take the other green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the yellow just after it. Then we're going to take that next green thread and tie a backwards knot over the yellow thread which was just before it. Even though I've done the wrong knot here, I do realise my problem in the next row and I do unpick it, so do a backwards knot, don't do a backwards forwards knot. Then knot the 2 yellow threads together. Now we are going to take the 2nd and 3rd thread, which are both yellow, and we are going to knot them together. Once again, any knot that you fancy. Go wild. Well, make sure it's a friendship bracelet knot, don't go too wild. And then you're going to take the green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the next yellow. Then you're going to knot the 2 center green threads together. We're working on his body now. And I'm starting to get frustrated with my threads. And at this point I realise I've gone wrong, so I unpicked it, but take that next green thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over the previous yellow and get annoyed that your knots keep turning, making you look like you don't know what you're doing. Then knot the next 2 yellow threads together. And now we're ready to start row 7. Wonderful stuff. So knot the first 2 threads together, which happen to both be the same colour, so knot 2 yellow threads together, and then take the next yellow thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the green. Once again, getting annoyed. I'm going to stop mentioning it now because, yeah, I just am. It's how I roll. Then we're going to take one of the center green threads after we've knocked our camera and tie a backwards forwards knot over the yellow just before it. Then we're going to move the camera back and then tie a forwards backwards knot using the other green over the next yellow. Then we're going to take that 3rd thread along, which is yellow, and tie a backwards forwards knot over the previous colour, which is green, and then knot the 2 final yellow threads together. Wonderful. Now we're ready to start row 8, which signifies halfway through, or after this row it will anyway. Knot the 2nd and 3rd threads together, which are both yellow. Get in a tangle. There we go. And then take the next green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the next yellow thread. Knot the 2 center threads together. Clearly I'm getting a bit confused here, but hey, not perfect. Then tie a backwards forwards knot using the next green thread over the next yellow, and then knot the next 2 yellow threads together. Now we are over halfway through. This is what your bracelet should be looking like at this point in time. Look how sparkly those nails are, isn't it delightful? Here's the second half of the pattern. We are starting by knotting those 2 first yellow threads together. And then we are taking the next yellow thread and tying a forwards backwards knot over the green. Then take one of the center green threads and tie a backwards forwards knot over the yellow just before it. Take the other center green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the yellow just after it. Take the 3rd thread from the end, which is a yellow one, and tie a backwards forwards knot over the last green thread in the row, and then knot together the 2 last yellow threads. Wonderful stuff. Now we are ready to start row 10, I believe. Take the 2nd and 3rd threads and knot them together in either a forwards or a backwards knot, whichever takes your fancy. I tend to knot with whichever thread happens to be longer than the other one. That is how I determine which one's which. Then you are going to take the next green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the next yellow thread. Tie the 2 center green threads together. Once again, forwards or backwards. Knock yourself out, go mad. And then tie a backwards forwards knot over the yellow thread using the green thread. And then knot the last, not the last 2. 2 from the end yellow threads together. Oh my goodness, I think I've had too much caffeine today. I've had 2 pots of tea. That's if you can have too much caffeine from tea, probably not. Knot the first 2 threads together, which both happen to be yellow. Then take the 4th thread along, which is green, and tie a backwards knot over that 3rd thread, which is the yellow one. Then take the next yellow thread and tie a forwards knot over the next green. Take the next yellow thread, which isn't the next thread, but the one after that, and tie a backwards knot over the green thread, which was just before it. And then take the next green thread and tie a forwards knot over the yellow thread after it. And then knot together the 2 final yellow threads. we've got his legs going now. How exciting. Take that first green thread in the row and tie a backwards forwards knot over the second thread, which is yellow. And then you're going to take the next yellow thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the next green thread. Knot together the two center threads, which are both yellow. Then take the next yellow thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over the green thread just before it. And then take the next green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the next yellow thread. We're on the home straight now. We're almost there. Very nice. Then you're going to knot together the first two threads, which are both yellow. I'm sure you've gathered a trend. And then we're tying a forwards backwards knot using the green thread over the yellow. Then we're going to use the next yellow thread to tie a backwards forwards knot over the next green. Then we are going to take the next yellow thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over the next green. And then take the next green and tie a backwards forwards knot over the next yellow. I'm starting to speed up now, look at the efficiency. And then knot together the two final yellow threads. Wonderful stuff. Looks like he's doing the breaststroke. I suppose it looks like he's swimming like a frog, which is generally what frogs do. So take the next green thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over that second yellow thread. Take the next yellow thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the green thread. Knot together the two center yellow threads. Then take the next yellow thread, which is after the next green thread, and tie a backwards forwards knot over that green thread that I mentioned just before. And then take that very next green thread and tie a forwards backwards knot over the second to last yellow thread in the row, making sure that all your other threads are out the way. Like I say, I'm so professional. Knot those first two yellow threads together, and then you're going to take the next yellow thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over that green. Take one of the center yellow threads and tie a backwards forwards knot over the green just before it. Take the other yellow thread in the center and tie a forwards backwards knot over the green thread, which is after it. And repeat, so forwards backwards knot using yellow over green. And then knot together the two final yellow threads at the end. One row to go. Wonderful. Look at him, he's taken shape. Now take the second thread in the row, which is yellow, and tie a forwards backwards knot over the very next green thread. Take your next yellow thread and repeat that step, so forwards backwards knot using the yellow over the green. Knot together the two center yellow threads. And then take that next yellow thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over the green thread. And then take the next yellow thread and tie a backwards forwards knot over the green thread once again, and that is the basic pattern. So you're just going to repeat this until the bracelet is long enough to fit around your wrist, and then you can finish it off in any way that you choose. So now you know how easy it is to make one of these friendship bracelets of your very own. Not that difficult at all. Sorry that the like focus and stuff on the camera kept changing. I'm still trying to work out how to use it. You're gonna have to be a bit patient with me. I'm really sorry. I'm doing the best that I can with the patience that I have. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a big old thumbs up. Your support truly does mean the world to me, and why not hit subscribe? I post a new craft tutorial every Sunday, and I'm starting to post bonus videos in the week as well. At least one, if not two, depending on the creativity in the brain. I posted 2 other videos this week, so be sure to check them out. One of them was a vlog from the trip that Mario and I took after Christmas, and the other one is about how I got these lovely long nails. Look how long they are. Don't forget to check out the description box below for a list of the materials you will need, as well as the link to the pattern. If you do decide to recreate anything using one of my tutorials, I would love to see a picture of it, so please feel free to post a picture on social media using the hashtag #thecornerofcraft so I can check it out for myself. See how talented you all are, it would truly make my day, so please be sure to do that. Don't forget that if you have any other requests, to leave them in the comments section of my videos. I will add them to the list, because I do have a list. I am working through the list. be patient. But yes, I think that's everything. With all that being said, I shall see you very soon in my next video. Bye. It's Hannah, and I know what you're thinking. Another video? What have we done to deserve 2 bonus videos this week? Well, you've just been lovely, as you usually have.